right, so I've had several questions about how to do this chromatography lab. And this chart is part of your observation. And you have to measure how far each of those things travel, right? So if you go back here, you see that this is your result basically that you have to analyze. And this bottom line here is where the original smear of the pigments, where you place all the spinach um, extracts, and then you put it into the chromatography fluid, and then everything sort of moved up, right? So the bottom, you have xanthophyllus, then you have chlorophyll B, and then chlorophyll A, and then the keratin, and then the very top is what's called the solvent front. And the solvent front is just a line you would have drawn in pencil had you done the lab. And the solvent front is where the solvent, the liquid, the chromatography liquid, move on the chromatography paper. So then for keratins, you would say it's kind of an orange color, and the distance traveled by the pigment, you actually measure, right, using a ruler, and you can measure on the screen. You can also print it out if you want to measure it on a piece of paper. But it's not the exact value that matters, it's the reference flow that matters, okay? Again, next one. The distance traveled by the solvent front will be the distance from the smart starting line to the solvent front line, okay? And you remember, you should also measure all your values starting from the smear line and not the bottom of the paper. That's very, very important. And then to calculate the reference flow, the RF, you have to use this equation. It's the distance traveled by the pigment divided by distance traveled by the solvent. And then once you have those tables, you can answer the rest of your question.